Thank you, Drew. Well, it's a pleasure being here today in front of all of you. This is my third time here at ETS, and so hopefully, Drew, I'll get it right this time. In the conference website, there's a line that I think sums up pretty well why we are all gathered here today. And that line reads, "Chaos rules in the energy industry today." Chaos rules, I think, are pretty strong words. For those of you from Austin, think MOPAC. I don't live in Austin, but if your highway system is anything like the picture above me, then that truly does look like chaos and is indeed scary. Chaos is unpredictable, and chaos is uncomfortable. It requires people and businesses to adapt, or they risk falling by the wayside. And so chaos requires us to change. The truth is, I believe, that our industry is actually already in the midst of a pretty significant transformation, where our customers are demanding ever more from the industry. Last year at ETS, I talked about 3 factors that I believe are driving that transformation. First, the ever-changing needs of our customers, where our customers are demanding more and more from us and requiring our industry to respond with ever more innovation, with creativity, and responsiveness to those needs. Secondly, the desire for more environmentally based choices by our customers. And third, a demand from the regulators that our industry make good on the promise that we made, that competition breeds innovation. And underpinning all of that is technology, being able to do things today that we simply weren't able to do yesterday. You all know that for a few $100s, you can buy more computing power than the astronauts on Apollo 11 had when they went to the moon. You can put it in your pocket, you can order a pizza, you can file your taxes on it, you can even talk to it, and it'll respond with answers to your questions. But technology isn't just about doing the things that we already do easier and faster. It's about opening ourselves up to new opportunities through interacting with information and new ideas. Let me ask you this. How many of you, I can barely see you, how many of you wear a Fitbit? Or put your hands up if you wear a Fitbit or any kind of device that tracks your motion. I actually used to. I was in 3 different cities yesterday, and somehow I managed to lose mine, and I'm already mourning its loss. But for those of you who do wear one of those devices, you know that you had probably no idea how many steps you were taking in a typical day, how many stairs you climbed, or how many hours of deep versus light sleep you had. But now that you're wearing a Fitbit or some such device, you are armed with an enormous amount of data that has become important in your life. You're able to get insights about your activity levels that you never had before, and it is that ability to track and understand your behavior that's leading you to change your behavior. At Direct Energy, we're applying the same approach to helping empower our customers make sense of their own energy usage, bring some order to the chaos, and to speed up the transformation of our industry. When we opened up the markets for competition years ago, in the early days, companies like mine competed primarily based on price. And innovation was offering customers a fixed price or a variable price or some combination in between. And that was pretty much it. And yet we could see that technology has transformed industry after industry, and it was only a matter of time before our own industry would be disrupted. And with disruption comes opportunity. And so we've crafted a different business model, one where we're helping our customers, millions of individuals and families living in homes and businesses throughout North America, help our customers understand how much they're using so that they can use less energy. We are now the $20 billion energy company that is helping you buy less of what we sell. We know that by providing our customers with the knowledge that helps them to make smarter choices about their own usage, they will make choices to change their own behavior and be better off. If you like, we're providing our customers with an electricity Fitbit, where they're able to understand and see their own data so that they can make choices for themselves to use less energy. For example, for our residential energy customers, we have an online account portal that we launched last year, where our customers can understand in a visually appealing way exactly how much energy they're using. And that usage is for today. It's not for a month ago, when the traditional utility sector tends to send out bills to their customers where, I don't know about you, but I had no idea what I was doing a month ago, and I frankly can't do anything about what I was doing a month ago. So it's how much you're using today. And we use proprietary algorithms to break down that usage to consumption by appliance. And so now you can see pretty easily and close to real time not only how much energy you're using, but also where you're using it. And we're making it more relatable. Most people I know have no idea what kilowatt hours means. And so by simply adding dollars and cents, which everybody understands, all of a sudden it becomes more relatable. And so if you have no idea what the impact is if you turned up your thermostat during the hot summer months, or unplugged, how much money you'd save, or if you unplugged the old refrigerator in your garage, now you can do it and see the results. You're able to see how much energy you're consuming during the month as the month progresses, just like you can in your experience with your cell phone, your telephone companies. You're able to compare your consumption by appliance to similar homes like yourselves. And that's not necessarily the same properties in your zip code, where you all know that in your zip code you're going to get a variety of properties, from apartment buildings to larger or smaller single-family homes. You're even able to understand problem appliances, because the more you engage with the technology and the tool, the more you'll get an insight into whether your individual appliance is functioning in the same way as those peer homes. And as a result, you'll know if your appliance is about to break down before it breaks down. And you can do all of this in a simple, easy, and convenient way, because it's all whenever and wherever you are on your phone. For businesses, we offer a similar insight tool, which we've called Panoramic Power, where we combine tiny miniature wireless self-powered sensors with software and technology. These are sensors that businesses can install in a matter of minutes that just clip onto their circuit board, where that little device is capturing 10-second data at a circuit level, and typically in businesses that circuit hooks up to a single piece of kit. It sends it up to the cloud, where it gets processed and comes back in engaging, understandable, and relatable software that you can carry around with you whenever and wherever you are. Take, for example, a typical restaurant, like a Chipotle restaurant. Here you might install about a dozen of these sensors, and the restaurant owner, instead of getting about 12 data points a year for their energy consumption, which is what you'd get if you're a non-smart metered customer, you're now able to get over 3 billion data points on your energy consumption. If you're like me, your first reaction is, wow, that is an enormous amount of data. Just think of the possibilities. If you're like me, your second reaction might be, wow, that is an enormous amount of data. What on earth could you possibly do with all of that data? Well, the truth is, the advent of what we call data science, which appears to be an industry that's come out of nowhere in the last decade or so, we've now employed around the world armies of people specifically oriented trying to get real valuable insight from massive amounts of data for your benefit. And so your first reaction is actually the right reaction. Consider this. Schools in Texas spend $600 million a year on their power bill. If we install these sensors across 60% of these schools, they would be able to save over $50 million on their power bill and instead use that to improve back into the classroom. If we install these sensors across 20% of schools, they'd be able to reinvest $18 million back into the classrooms. Schools in Texas, we have seen, can save up to 15% of their energy bill or their electricity bill as a result of installing these sensors. And how do we know that? Well, last year, we worked with the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD, which is a district up in Dallas, and we installed a bunch of sensors in 3 of their sites as a test. And after just 2 months of activity, they were able to see for themselves that they could have been saving $23,000 a year, simply because they were leaving rooftop air conditioning, cafeteria food warmers, water heaters, lighting on during non-school hours, and a host of other energy inefficiency. And it's not that they didn't care. Of course they cared. But they had no idea how much power they were wasting in dollars and cents, and more likely they didn't know how they could even find out how much they were wasting. And so they didn't do anything until we installed these clips in a matter of minutes, and they started to get some real insight. And they're not alone. We've already installed some 25,000 of these sensors around the world, and we expect to do probably another doubling of that with the amount of demand we're getting from our customers. And our customers are all saying the same thing. There's a tremendous, we had no idea how much power we were wasting. But we've got some customers saying, forget that. We've already banked the energy efficiency savings. We're getting real specific targeted insight into the performance of our equipment. And if our equipment fails, it's a real problem for us as a business. We've got some customers saying, businesses, forget that. In the manufacturing sector, we're getting insights into how we are running our manufacturing plant that we're not getting from anywhere else because of your energy data. We're getting insights into whether the forklift is being charged real time when it shouldn't be charged. We're getting insights into the conveyor belt not working when it should be working, and we've got an army full of people that we could redeploy today, over the course of the day. And that allows them to save hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whether you live in a home or run a factory, what we do has an energy footprint. If we are able to capture that and relay that back to you, back to our customers, in a way that is understandable, relatable, and actionable, there's a huge amount of savings that you can get after. Tools like Direct Energy or Panoramic Power are all about providing relevant, timely, and actionable insights that allows you to change your behavior. Last year at ETS, I talked about the traditional form of engagement between the energy supplier and our customers, the traditional utility bill. Well, it's in kilowatt hours. It tells you how much you owe the utility company, and there's not a lot more insight you're able to get. Today, you're now able to get an experience from us where you're able to understand how much you're using, and the more you engage, the more intelligent the tool is, and the more intelligent you are, and the more you're able to take action on your bill. That transforms the relationship from how much you owe the utility company to an experience you're able to enjoy with your utility company. Innovation continues. You're able to turn anything in your home or your business on or off, any number of appliances. You're able to install a smart thermostat on your wall where it learns your behavior and uses that data to help you save money. Whether it's the Fitbit or any of these insight tools, they're all doing the same thing, which is helping to empower you to take control of your life or your business. With chaos comes opportunity. And it is up to us in the industry to respond, to help make the lives of our customers and the lives of people around us better. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this conference. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I have a quick question for you then. So, last year you shocked me on stage when you were saying, I really do want my users to use less energy. And I was like, okay, so that's the first time I've heard an energy company head say that. So this year you're giving us tools to do that.
Yeah.
You had to do a lot of things internally at Direct Energy to do that, objectively, right? So what do you change first? Do you change a culture? Do you change operations? Do you change revenue plans and things like that? Or do you change something else? How do you do all that at once? How do you sort of shift? Mike just talked about the human being the most important component on the grid. I've been to your guys' offices where you literally sit equally at the same kind of desk as everyone else, on the same floor as everyone else. It's a very flat culture. Like, how do you change that, and what do you change first?
Well, look, I think the answer is actually pretty simple. And it is the same for any industry, in pretty much any situation.
Okay.
And that's all about culture. I think that companies, the most successful companies, understand that the most important thing for them to do is to empower their people. These ideas, the ideas that are being talked about today, typically never come from top down. They're always bubbling in an organization, and it is your job as a leader to figure that out and to find a way for that voice to be heard and to empower your people. And I think when you're successful doing that, you're able to take on any challenge, whether it's chaos leading to transformation or growth or turnaround.
How do you listen, though? I mean, I guess you're a CEO. You can big time anyone in your organization. How do you know when you need to be listening to someone who's actually smarter than you about something when you're the boss?
Shut up.
Whoa, news for a CEO. You can actually be quiet?
You don't talk. You use your 2 ears versus your 1 mouth.
Yeah.
And you use it in that ratio, and you're not directive. Instead, you're asking questions all the time rather than telling people what to think. And I think you'll get a better result.
Thanks so much, Badar.
Yeah,
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Badar Khan. Thank you. Appreciate it.